Good evening. Welcome to Backseat Drivers number 18, the John Bow edition. Some might say Lance Stroll, but you know, there's no Canadian billionaire fans.
When Lance Stroll does something good, maybe he can get something named after him, like this tiny episode.
Yeah,
he used to do all right when he was with Williams, when the with the backmarker team, and now that he's got Daddy Big Bucks funding the team, it seems to be going backwards.
Look, he can he can open a small mall, I don't know, in Canada or something,
and sell the Tommy Hilfiger.
What's the Canadian equivalent of Kmart in Canada?
Kmart.
Okay.
I don't know. I've never been, so fact checker. So, where do we want to start off tonight? Some news, or
I think most people expect this show to have a slight structure. Usually, we start with the news
for about the first 45 minutes or so, and then it really tapers
and then
off.
I think you get tired, Dave, and then you're like, Rob and Matt can take control. Nothing will go wrong.
I run out of structured notes, and then it's just a free for all.
I got all my notes up here.
Oh, good. So, Vettel getting in trouble for walking out of the driver's briefing.
How did you explain? Because I didn't see any footage of it, but I read it like everywhere. Is there like a class, and then he didn't go to class?
Pretty much, yeah. So they have the driver's briefing where they go through special rules for the weekend, anything from the previous week, blah, 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 blah. And I think some of the issue this year is because we've got two Michael Massies that do things differently. So I forget what Friedrich and someone else. Anyway, so the problem is that one of them's let all this stuff go at Silverstone that none of the drivers agree with.
I think a lot of it's the stewards as well. The group of stewards in the background change each race.
Yeah, but that's always been the way. But you've always had that one, you always had Charlie Whiting, and then you had Michael Massey. But
Michael Massey had his set rules, and now you've said there's like a team of Masseys.
But the problem is because it's a different Massey each. They alternate each weekend. So they had all these disagreements from Silverstone, and then they rock up at Austria, and it's a different guy that you're going, hey, well, last time out you did this and this that we don't agree with. And he's like, it wasn't me, it was the other bloke. So then essentially along those lines, and then Vettel's cracked it and walked out, and they've turned around and said, well, you're supposed to be a model student and whatever, you're in Formula One, you should be, teaching all the little kids how to be a good race car driver. So they gave him a suspended fine or whatever for 25,000 euro, I think it was.
So it's not a real fine, and it's purely because he needs to be a better example for the young impressionable.
There was something though. Russell. Apparently, he went and apologised to the steward on the weekend straight after the meeting was over, and that's why it ended up being a suspended fine and not a full fine.
Because he showed remorse that he didn't show up to class.
Yeah, that he straight away he said, look, it probably wasn't the right thing to.
Can't you just do what everyone did at uni and stuff? Just take notes from someone else. Just go up to Lewis Hamilton, because Lewis Hamilton took notes, and he's always got something to say at every one of these meetings. Just read his notes. I don't know
how much he actually gets involved in it.
Does he have a stenographer tattooing the notes on him?
What's her name? Angela. She probably takes
sends notes. A proxy, and Angela has to go in and take notes for him.
And if no one questions it, but everyone's just like that's Lewis. Don't say
that's
that.
How it works. That's fine.
Yeah.
That was another thing that over the weekend they all got in trouble. The podium guys got in trouble because Angela and the other physios or whatever went in after the race, and apparently they've been told no one can touch you until we get weighed. And they've all been touched or whatever, like handing their helmets and having a drink and whatever, and then going and getting weighed.
Well, Dave, if you can't touch the car, you can't touch the driver. That makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Don't be touching the rear wing, Dave. Don't walk past and have a sneaky look.
You can touch the car. You just have to accept it. You're going to get fined.
Yeah. That's what I mean. If you touch,
so
Lewis,
if you think it's worthwhile,
if you
think, I wonder
Dave,
if does that fall under the budget cap.
So what you're saying at the end of the race, let's say all three of us finished first, second, and third, right?
Yeah.
Everyone else crashed. All right, don't question it. We go to the podium, and then our partners, physios, whatever we want to call them. I'm sure your wife would appreciate being called just the physio. She's not allowed to touch you until you've been weighed and checked.
Yes.
Yeah, because you could affect the weight of the driver because the car and driver has to be a certain weight.
You always wondered this about because they get out of the cars and then they go jump onto their pit crew as well.
Yeah, don't they run up and hug them?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm in trouble now.
Here we go. We need to be very good boys tonight.
We're always good boys, Dave.
That's always been a bit where they go straight across and jump on.
They run to the pit crew and then they have a big group hug.
Yeah. I
so
think
the pit crew's allowed to touch them, but the other better halves are not allowed to touch
them. But I think as well things like that have been a little bit like let it go kind of thing in the past. Whereas I think now because there is the new stewards and that, I think there is a bit of discontent between the drivers and the officials at the moment. So they're like flexing their muscles and going, hey, well, you're not allowed to be touched before you get weighed. So
and you know who caused all of this, don't you, Dave?
Toto.
Yep, all Toto's fault.
For getting massive fired.
For getting angry because he didn't get his So I think if anything, it's all on him. Mercedes needs to fix this.
Blame Mercedes. Yeah.
Yeah. No touching because of Mercedes. That's what I've learned from all of this.
No jewelry, got to wear proper underwear.
Yep.
No touching.
No touching the back of the car if you want a 50 grand. I'm sure that's been in place before, but I'm just going to blame Mercedes for everything now.
That was last year, wasn't it? When he grabbed the rear wing.
Yeah. He went. Hasn't he been Inspector Seb for a while though? Like he seems.
Yeah, but he hasn't actually. That was the first time I think he touched the car.
Now, what if he walked around with like a those extender things for picking up rubbish? If he touches if he grabs stuff with like a stick, technically it's not him.
Yeah, well, maybe
you said F1's all about like skirting around the rules, Dave.
That's
not your hand.
Maybe we'll get in contact with him and see if he'll give it a go. What's 50,000 euro to him? Should be right, mate.
That's a.
Just ask Papa Stroll to pay for it.
Give us some money. So wait, Russell wants a single race director. That is a bit rich.
This is what Toto wanted.
Yeah, but just not the one that was given. He want one called Moto, which happens to be a cousin of his. That's like, it's all good. Don't worry.
Should be right, mate.
Yeah, Seb. Seb smashed into you. That's a 10,000 point deduction. You crashed into someone else. Naughty boy. Talk to the kids and tell them about the importance of braking early. Yes, keep massive.
That is correct. Yeah.
Again, blame Toto.
Yeah, he was put in a very hard position, and I think what should have happened at the end of last year, and essentially what they've done and gone right, he needs help in the role. Yeah. Whether they've got the race control or whatever in Geneva running at the same time. The team principals aren't allowed to talk to the stewards anymore. And just gone right,
So who do they talk to now?
Massey stays in the job. I think.
Who does Toto yell at now during the race?
I think they have to send an email through to someone or to that race control in Geneva or something like that if they want something.
And Mr. Ginger Spice also has to. So instead of having Drive to Survive, having Rob yell in his little microphone to me at race control. It's going to be, I'm going to send a strongly worded email to Matt.
You know they
caps lock on.
All caps.
Caps lock button super glued.
Michael, this is not fair.
You may have noticed 20 minutes ago, now that the email's gone through and you've read it, but something happened 8 laps ago, and I would like you to fix it.
Send read receipt. No.
No. I am currently on holidays right now. Dave will answer your emails if it's important. Otherwise, I'm back next week.
Out of office.
Sorry, I can't.
Or just that. What is it? Just leaving it on scene and going, "Yep, no, I've seen it. I'll get to it when I'm ready.
I'll action that later."
Yeah. Oh yeah, in the night. Oh yeah, you got to send it in Comic Sans, bold Comic Sans. To whom it may apply to, and then just have a template that sends back. This is racing. End of message.
That's just the auto reply.
New email. Who's this?
Get a reply back in a week. Oh, sorry, I found this in my spam folder.
Don't move straight to spam.
Yeah.
Oh. So there's no more yelling then. So that means Drive to Survive will be less exciting. Well, I mean that bit will be.
But they've got other things like, where Dan smacks Norris in the face with that ball.
Oh, I hope they amp that up like way.
Oh, they'd be massive. Yeah. You can only imagine as well, like how much of a story this year it's going to be with like Dan Ricciardo struggling in that too.
Well,
they'll play the hell out of that.
Oh yeah, well he's already gone on social media and pretty much said, "I'm back. I'll be here next year. I'm not retiring."
Yeah,
which makes it sound like he's got a fair bit of time left. He believes that he's got time left. Yeah. So maybe he could join like one of the lower teams and just help him out a bit.
Whispers of Vettel going to McLaren, and he could go play with the Strolls.
The stupid thing with that is though, like Dan's got a contract for next year. That say he's on $20 million. This turns into a Mexican standoff anyway, because even if he doesn't want to race next year, he wants his payday. So you go all the way through going, I'm with the team next year. I have a contract, blah, blah, blah. So they have to pay the money.
Yeah.
And that's, and in McLaren's position, why would you pay Dan out to then get Vettel for the year?
Yeah.
Because he's not going to come across for free.
No.
So just in a logical world, even though it's outside the budget cap and blah, 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 why would you? That's essentially $30,000 to not get $30 million to not get any better. Essentially,
can you do like a contract swap? Can you be like, we'll take Vettel's contract, you take Dan's?
Well, you could, but Dan, you wouldn't agree to it if you were Ricciardo, unless you were still getting your $20 million and you thought that you're better off that
for the entire year, or just for like the race season kind of thing. How's that? They do vary, but it will kind of be for the 12-month period. So he's got till Christmas next year to find a new job.
Yeah. So some of them will say they will end at the end of the racing season or whatever. Some might be December 1st or whatever. Some will probably be December 31st and that.
Well, I mean, could they? He does a lot of good YouTube videos. So I'm imagining when the season finishes, will there be a couple of months of just Dan wandering around the office like he did in all those other videos, just going up to Rob at his desk going, "What do you got there, Rob? Numbers? Looking good. Dave, making some carbon fiber. I like it. Can I have a look at it? Let me touch it. Cool. Is that a new McLaren? I'm going to drive it." Or that one where he spoke to the little kids and they asked him questions. More of that.
Yeah. But see, that's another thing. Like, he's very marketable.
I think a lot of people have said that because of him, they watch him. He's probably
paying his wage just in merch sales.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Yeah, and the amount those bloody hats and that are,
Yeah, I know.
Well, that's why I can't. Imagine this is a Dan Ricciardo hat, because I'm not paying $70 for a Ricciardo hat.
Yeah, well, this is why I've got a
Tickford hat from
budget
bargain bin.
Yeah, budget Tickford. Yeah, budget.
I got this for free. I got 2 of them.
Here we go. Trying to jump in on the fact checking here.
Look, everyone's a fact checker all of a sudden. Look at this.
Yeah.
Anyways, Booby's out of a job.
Yeah.
Booby's been replaced for 2023. Just breaking news.
There's no contract. Do we want to start on other McLaren contracts, or do we want to talk budget cap first?
Let's talk more McLaren stuff. The Alex Palau news today.
Yes.
Chip Ganassi actually came out saying that he's still with them for another season.
Yeah, so my understanding is that he signed a 2-year contract originally, which would get him to the end of this year, and the team had options to continue that on the team side. So they've taken up that option for him for next year, whereas he's turned around and said, nah, I'll take the big payday going to McLaren.
Yeah. McLaren haven't actually said that he's racing for the IndyCar team, though. They don't actually state what.
Oh, really?
There's nothing in their statements saying where he's actually going to be racing.
Well, it'd have to be. You wouldn't sign him to go to Formula E or Desert E. So where are they going to put him in? They've got 2 drivers contracted for next year.
Yeah, well, no, we'll get rid of them.
They're not going to. None of these guys are going to be in Formula One next year with McLaren.
No.
The only way you could justify getting rid of Dan Ricciardo is
you don't want to sell merch. You don't want to sell any merch, and you want to be a very hated team.
Yes.
Lando's somewhat popular, especially England.
But I think Lando's popular. Like, I think originally not as popular as they were hoping, but they were hoping Lando and Dan would be like, that wacky odd couple, hilarious super bunch.
Yeah.
What's Extreme E? Is that just an electric car with an extra battery?
That's electric rally cars.
Yeah.
Oh.
So it's like 4. They have 4 off-roaders all electric racing each other at the same time. The racing's not exciting, but the stacks are pretty good.
Honestly, I haven't watched any of it.
Yeah.
Nick, is it who has Lewis has a team.
Lewis has a team. Jensen Button has a team.
Does Nico Rosberg?
Carlos Sainz races in it.
No, Nico was involved with Formula E. I don't think he's involved with. Yeah,
he might be in it actually. I think he might actually have a team.
Oh, there you go.
He's got a team in everything. Oh, Lewis Lowry's team.
Molly Taylor, who's an Australian, is in it and that. Oh, this isn't great for a fact checker to say. I think that's our jobs.
I think Lee's just getting in early with the statement, and if it's right, he looks like a genius. Wrong. Booby
looks like one of us.
Carlos Sainz owns a team, so Junior's got a place to go. Yeah,
I might have to burn this Ferrari shirt, seeing as Carlos is involved.
Are you still on the Ferrari bandwagon, Dave?
Oh, they won again this weekend. So
I'm surprised it didn't catch on fire by itself, that T-shirt.
The other one, no, one of them did. The other one couldn't make it.
You only need one car to finish first.
Yeah.
Unless you want to win a constructors, you probably want the other one to finish.
And that's all Ferrari care about.
Ferrari's probably more the drivers.
Are there teams that care more about constructors than they do giving a grab?
Ferrari care more about the constructors.
Yeah, I'd say Ferrari would want the constructors, wouldn't they?
Yeah, that's all they care about. Yeah.
That's
They're
why
more
they've always had a
traditional.
definite number one driver.
Yeah, no, but they all they care about is constructors. That's all they ever cared
Nah.
about.
They won the drivers' championship because that's where the ego is.
Yeah.
Nobody gives a shit. Who was the constructors' champion last year?
Mercedes.
See, nobody cares.
I mean,
All we care-
Drive to Survive did make it sound way more exciting for the actual championship than when Mercedes won the championship. The constructors, they're like, "Oh yeah, Mercedes have won." Anyway, on to more important news. Mr. Ginger Spice is doing some gardening. Let's have a look how his potatoes are going. You know, here's some footage of Ginger Spice riding a horse.
Was it actually Ginger Spice or was it
Yeah,
Mr. Ginger Spice?
No, there's footage of them both riding a horse, and then
So Ginger Spice was
Ginger Spice was
on.
riding a horse. Oh yeah, she had about, I'd say 5-10 minutes in the entire show. But yeah, I saw this fire. There was a couple of concerns with it, Dave. One, the photographers got to the fire a lot quicker, so maybe they should carry around a small fire extinguisher.
The fiery guys were
very slack. Like the camera guys got up there and they were taking photos. If they had just a couple of mini fire extinguishers on like their belt or something, they could have put that fire out a good couple of minutes earlier. And then the fireman came up and he's sort of like looking at it going, "Oh, there's a fire. I got a fire extinguisher. I'm not quite doing the connection that I should be." And then the car was rolling backwards. He tries to put in those stopper things. That didn't work. I was just waiting for some Benny Hill music to start playing as he's like chasing the car backwards.
I kind of wanted to see the car going flying down the road on fire.
Yeah, why was it going backwards? Is there a slight decline, or
because it was on a slope.
His handbrake wasn't working.
Yeah, there's no handbrake on there.
Yeah, like he chucked on the little thing, didn't work, and then he's holding a massive fire extinguisher. I'm like, just start aiming it at the fire. I think we've all used
the car and let it go.
You know,
a couple of things from that though. I was surprised there wasn't a safety car.
They had a virtual.
It only ended up being a virtual.
Yeah,
and it took a while.
I would have thought something like that would have been a full safety car, like a proper safety car. Because you had marshals.
Yeah, anytime a car's on fire, real safety car.
Yeah.
If your car just pulls out and runs out of, the power unit dies, virtual car. But if you can see flames coming out the back of the car and can't explain it.
And a car that's rolling backwards onto the track that's on fire as well. Like, hey, let's do this properly, like slow them right down. But then that's another thing that if you call a full safety car, everyone blasts back to the pits at full speed as well. So that's another thing. I think they need to.
I think the more important thing is making sure the guy who's in the firebox gets out of said. Well, actually, I was hoping they'd get out the little Vettel Uber Eats scooter. I think there should be different levels. Safety scooter, or depending on where you are, and you can be like completely, culturally insensitive. But Australia should have a safety kangaroo, where you just, I don't know what the other.
You got to watch what you say these days because apparently, if you're in Austria, I'm not sure what the fans actually did.
I've read many reports. It was a lot of questionable. Depending on what happened, there was a lot of questionable behaviour.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this wouldn't have been the first time that any of this stuff's happened.
No, not at all.
All of a sudden, like you had the crowd booing Max in Silverstone, and then we come to a Max-centric, which obviously Lewis is going to get booed because they're the two big names.
Yeah,
and then all of a sudden, like it is a very British biased commentary team that we get. And the way they were talking about it is essentially like Silverstone, fine. Austria, no. Like,
I think there was
Also-
a big difference in what was getting said, though. I think
Yeah. Also, where do I was just going to say, Austria obviously have a better supply of flares and smoke
Well-
canisters, because when I watched the race, Dave, I thought it was just hazy. I thought they just started
no.
in low fog. No, that was
No.
called the orange being let go by 10,000 fans
Yeah.
who have somehow managed to. I don't know if you can sneak them in, because I remember years ago we went to soccer matches where you'd accidentally bring in a flare to a game, and you'd have you're like,
Well,
I was going fishing. When you go by them, you're like, I'm going fishing tonight. I need it for safety. And he's like, oh, you're wearing a Melbourne Victory top. Yeah, just complete coincidence. Anyway, one flare, please. Please
Just
don't ask.
Going into Albert Park, your bags are checked.
Yeah, I would have thought most
But
places.
having said that, if you were wearing, like, I didn't have a bag, I wasn't padded down. Granted, I was only wearing shorts and a t-shirt. But if you could be walking in with a big jacket on, and maybe you could stuff them in there or something,
Oh, the MCG, they check the bag and stuff. Yeah, I'd be kind of annoyed if I went to a race. I've saved up all year for it. I'm like, Dave, this is the big race. It's finally come to our town. And then Rob in the front's like, don't mind me, boys. I just got a packet of flares here. For the next 30 minutes, you're not going to see anything. Also, I hope you like lung cancer, because you're inhaling this for the next 30 minutes as I just yell out at you. Also, don't be a Lewis fan, because that's not going to work well for you either.
Maybe they just sell the flares, the smoke flares there. You just,
as part of the package.
Yeah.
It's like, here's your orange
flare.
t-shirt, here's your orange flare, here's your orange hat.
I just assume they're all
like
Orlando.
Here's your racist slogan to chant it.
Here's your $18 beer. Don't drink it all at once, because it's probably warm.
I just find it really weird that all these McLaren fans are there.
Was it Lando the other year going around and going, hey, look at all my fans?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the other question I got to ask Dave. Very important question, and I'm sure someone will be able to answer it. At the end of the race, because this is the Red Bull thing, on top of the stadium, there was a Red Bull Jeep. And there was a man standing in the Red Bull Jeep.
Pitbull?
I wish. I was hoping it would be DJ Khaled for some reason. It was just some weird white guy standing in the Jeep.
I didn't see this.
Like well above the podium, how they have that big background. And then above that, there's like a Red Bull Jeep of some sort. I don't know why anyone would have a Jeep, but
let me just.
That's probably where it broke down.
You're implying that the Jeep made it that far up.
Yeah, well, they're very capable when they're working.
When they're working.
Yeah, they are the best forward drive when they're working.
It was like a Jeep on top of it, and there was a weird guy.
There's no Google images coming up,
Yeah,
so
I couldn't
I'm
find
not
it
sure. I definitely missed that one.
Oh, I pay attention to all the important things, Dave.
All the details.
My KO kept dying every 20 minutes. I had to refresh it.
That's
Yeah.
That's not
I have
surprising.
many issues with KO.
Oh.
The fact that if I want to move,
here's a forum for you to vent.
Go tell us why you hate KO, one of the greatest streaming sites ever.
because you pay an absolute fortune, it doesn't remember where you left off.
That's the one thing that pisses me off. If you are
they said
I'll
does
pause
work
something on the computer. I'll pause something on the computer. Say, say you're watching the race in the morning or whatever.
Yeah.
I'll pause it at the end of the race and I'll watch the interviews or whatever tonight. And you come back and it's crashed the website.
Yeah. Yeah, it's silly. And I have it constantly crashing on my computer. It just dies for no reason.
I don't have that. Maybe you need a 30-year-old computer like mine.
Yeah. No.
No, I find it does stuff up every so often when we play football on it as well. So it's not. I think it's just their servers.
But you go to what's the one where Stan? We've got
Yeah.
IndyCar now. Like that remembers where you left off.
Yeah, but I found Stan also takes forever to load up.
Yeah, a little bit.
I mean, we've only used it currently for tennis and rugby.
Yeah.
Sorry.
They're the other sports, Dave. So
okay.
tennis is a ball and stick, and
I played
rugby
that
is
before.
rugby is a foot and ball sport.
Okay. Like soccer.
Yeah, like soccer.
Okay.
But the ball's
Yeah.
a little pointier.
And
And there was a game.
I go to the IndyCar tab and that's it.
yeah.
I don't even bother TCR or anything.
I didn't even
IndyCar.
know there was other sports on there. IndyCar and WEC.
There's other
Wait,
sports.
is there rally on
What?
Stan?
I don't know. No, World Endurance Championship.
Yeah.
Oh, one sec, gentlemen. I have technical difficulties.
Do they show any of the practice sessions, Lee?
No.
So we'll remove Matt Wally's.
Oh.
At least we do get qualifying.
Yeah.
So that is,
True.
the main. Yeah.
Yeah. I only watch practice for F1 just to have some sort of motorsport in my life on a Friday night.
I think it's too late for me these days.
Oh,
I'm like an old person and go to bed early.
Fridays is usually on. Practice is generally on early-ish. Like sometimes it's on like 9 o'clock or something, and I can watch that sometimes. I did try and watch the race this week, but I fell asleep 10 laps in or something.
The Formula One.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to rewatch it. I think I rewatched it on Tuesday night because I had a few deleted scenes. I definitely didn't see the second time Leclerc got past Verstappen.
Yeah, I missed because he passed him 2 or 3 times. 3 times.
It was 3 times in the end.
Yeah, I think it was 3 times. But yeah, I think I missed at least 2.
Oh, there we go.
We've got Matt back.
Hey.
We got Matt back.
Matt. Welcome.
I didn't see the podium, Andrew. So I saw a meme of it. I think on the Monday, and I was like, "Oh, someone's playing funny buggers or whatever." I didn't realize that they'd actually stuffed up the names. So they had Sergio Perez under Charles Leclerc, and I think it was Max Verstappen under Lewis Hamilton or something like that, and I think it was possibly Carlos Sainz under
maybe
Max Verstappen.
Maybe this is like the wrestling, the WWE or whatever it is these days. That it's actually all pre-planned. Yeah, it's all just pre-planned, and they forgot to change it because
I will not have you talking trash about the most most unscripted sporting event ever.
I think it was was it the podium from the previous race?
Maybe.
Or something, and they hadn't updated it. They just put the graphics up, I think. No, it wouldn't have been because it was Sergio in first position, I think.
Do you think one of the race stewards just got bored and just went, Yeah. And they're like, I need to go home early. I'm just going to guess.
Everyone's gone to bed now.
Yeah, I'm just going to guess. I'm going to guess the podium. Look, I'll get it close enough.
How wrong can I be?
Yeah.
He couldn't draw cock and balls on there, so.
Yeah, they won't let me graffiti on it, so I'm going to fill it in correctly.
This is my version of the cock and
balls.
balls.
Yeah, I can't make huge ass number 1, and yeah, they had one job. I reckon they had one job. They wanted to knock off early. Just said, "Hey, Rob, I'm just going to quickly do this. I'll
yeah, should be right, mate."
Yeah, Rob, I'm just going to set it as this, but if it needs changing, you've got this, don't you? Sure. Okay, yeah. I'm going home.
See you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me know how it goes and if there's any problems.
We'll sort it out later.
Don't hesitate to send me an email. I'll definitely look at it.
Dear Toto.
Dear podium guys.
Do we want to talk about any of the incidents over the race?
I have a question, Dave, and you've already written it in our notes. What are track limits? Because I heard it a lot this race.
They make all of this runoff area that you're not allowed to use.
Yeah.
So it's just essentially using the corners like too wide, or
so you've got to keep at least one part of one tire over the within the white line of the track limits. So that was where, especially on that, like the last two corners, where they're really set up to go out wide, and you've got all of that runoff area there. It's very easy to go out wide and have the whole car over the white line. So, which they were actually cracking down on it. I don't recall any penalties getting handed out during the race.
Yeah, how many track limits?
They were given warnings.
Yeah, because they were saying they were saying like, bet some of them better watch themselves with their track limits, and then nothing happened.
Well, there was a lot of 5 second penalties handed out.
Well, George got one at the start because he.
But those were for crashing incidents, weren't they?
Lando got one for track limits. Yeah.
Okay.
I just love the crashing talk when they speak. When they're like,
you didn't give me any room.
Yeah. So like, if Dave and I crashed into each other, we both just instantly go, "Oh, Rob, did you see that? Dave was just driving like a maniac." And then they're like, "Yeah, we noticed that." And then Dave goes, "Did you see Matt? Doesn't know how to drive. What an idiot!" And so it's just two kids bickering about what happened.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Well, I think the new rules for the who's got the corner. There's going to be a lot more dive bombing and stuff now because as long as you're in front by the apex,
that's what they were saying.
It's your corner.
Also, where do you find the apex?
It's
not like they have
the driving line. Don't they follow the?
Yeah, but some people might have a different line for a certain corner.
This is why you have the trusty stewards that have their
definitive
driving line that changes every week.
Exactly. So you put a line there.
Yeah.
Whoever's in front by this line, it's your corner. Or
I just solved it, Dave.
A simple system like they used to.
No.
Go out the back of the pits and sort it.
No, Gran Turismo. You know how they've got that when you put on the driving assist and it's got the driving line? I think we just need to have one of those where we, everyone can see where the driving line's meant to be.
Yeah, we're not mentioning the war. I always found it was good in Gran Turismo because you could use the other cars as brakes.
Yeah.
Because damage was turned off.
Yeah.
That's
and you'd use them just to drift into and like skirt around corners and stuff.
Yeah, you just give them a nudge.
Yeah, a love tap and trade paint.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that was fine. I could never do it on proper. I think I tried it once on like full simulation, and I think I got disqualified or the race ended before the lap had finished. I think I did a Bathurst 1000 because I had a great idea that I would be able to do 160 odd laps. I couldn't finish one because I crashed into things too many times.
Couldn't drive.
I couldn't drive essentially. And that's before I even tried doing the clutch accelerator, the clutch gears thing. You used to be able to hold down a button and you'd be like up, down. You had to have the clutch in at the time.
Yeah.
This is why I stick to Forza Horizon. It's just go fast, jump over the barn, smash into a fence. 10 points. Now what's
now that we've got off track,
we've covered all the boring stuff, all the the Dave stuff.
Well, what does Matt want to cover now?
Well, obviously last week
we're at 40 minutes, so it's about the point where we start to really go off the rails.
We've covered all the important stuff. Just as a reminder, in August sometime, e-scooter's coming back. Rob and I.
We have to wait that long.
I know, right?
Yeah,
it sucks.
Yeah,
it's like a British TV show. There's only a couple of episodes, and they're all gold, but they only do it for a really short amount of time. And then the Americans are going to take over and do 3 million episodes of it. It's going to be garbage. All of this is important, Pam. All of this is important. I don't understand.
I think
Excellent question,
people want-
So how many of us here watched the Sly Stone classic Driven? Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, Jared's right. Bunning sausages have gone up.
Do we want to cover this?
The Bunning sausages?
What? How much were they previously?
Oh, like
$2.50?
$2.50?
And now they've gone to $3.50.
Yeah.
They're just
Dave,
ripping us up.
Dave, you used to be able to walk to Bunnings with $5, buy, you and your partner a sausage each, go into Bunnings. Now, $3.50. There's not enough.
That's the problem with carrying cash. They'll have to have a lot more change in that.
No, they've got some of them take the swipey swipe.
Oh, they're EFTs.
Yeah.
Can you use your phone?
I use my phone for everything, Dave. And then I get asked, why do you use your phone? I'm like, because I'm too lazy to go into my left pocket to get my wallet out.
I don't even carry. 99% of the time, I don't even have my wallet.
How many times are you out somewhere and like, oh, I left my wallet in my other pants? Oops.
I don't have it with me anymore because
go out.
Well, there's that.
Yeah.
And my phone has my money on it. So what's the point of having a wallet?
Yeah.
I have a wallet, I think, because it's just muscle memory. Wallet, keys, phone. And I'm like, if I don't have my wallet,
I'll be happy once I have licenses on there as well. And then I have no reason.
Yeah, well, that's I can't add my fuel card to it either. So that's the time I do have my.
Or Rob, here's a suggestion.
First world problems.
Don't drive with a license. You just don't get one. It's perfect.
Good point.
Hey, apparently they've got special cameras now that'll be able to tell if you're a driver without a license. I'm not sure how that one works.
I know how it works, Dave.
The ones that they can tell if you're
doing donuts.
It's those cameras that can tell if you're holding a phone or whatever, supposedly. So they've got some algorithm or something and can tell if you're using a phone while you're driving.
Yeah, I've seen those.
In the press release thing, it did say that they were going to catch unlicensed drivers. And you were like, well, how does the camera tell that you're unlicensed?
Yeah.
Anyway,
so who here has watched the prescribed homework?
Well, I didn't do it this week, but I have seen it. I think I've seen it 3 times.
So I watched it this afternoon because I may have also forgotten that we needed to watch it. Oh.
Fun's just run away for a minute.
I feel like I'll be running away again in like 10-15. We're having technical issues tonight.
I don't think he wants to talk about Driven.
I mean, everyone wants to talk about Driven. So
do we sit here and wait patiently till he comes back?
We can wait patiently because I have other I need suggestions for our next movie for next week. But I think next week is also quiz night. Is quiz night next week?
We've got one more before the.
Have we got France? Is France the next
one?
Yeah,
we got France, and then we've got another one before the summer break. I'm pretty sure.
I thought they said that there was no more. There was no more.
Don't we have Hungary? Isn't it France, Hungary, and then summer break and Belgium?
When they had the podium, they pretty much said, "This marks the halfway." I'm just fact checking now. Hungary's not till the 1st.
Just had to go watch the movie.
Yes.
Yep.
So you're up to speed now?
Yep, up to speed. Yep.
Perfect.
Up to Scott Speed on
it. Someone who didn't make an appearance in the movie.
Who should have made an appearance in the...
I saw a photo of it.
Very disappointing throw.
Lee, I've got to ask, was it like everyone else that goes to a game and does a pitch? Did it go like super wide or just not make the distance?
Real high.
Or did he try and throw it like a cricket ball?
And it was almost
That's
a
bowl
lob.
looked like a cricket ball, Dave.
What
Oh,
do you-
France.
sorry? You expect I know cricket lingo?
I like how you tried though. It was, okay, so at least made it to the catcher. That's because I don't know if anyone's ever seen 50 Cent throw a pitch. It's yeah. Look that up in your own time, Dave. That's
I'll put it on the list. Figure out what cricket is. Watch 50 Cent do baseball.
yeah, pretty much. Just write
Yeah.
50 Cent baseball. So
2020 style.
so we've got 2 more races before we've got the super quiz.
Super quiz.
So we better find some proper prizes for your people that are going to enter.
Oh yeah.
Like
If we
real
got it-
prizes. Though.
Does anyone want to take up the challenge of entering the quiz with us?
Yeah.
Or is it just going to purely be me versus Rob?
No, I think we need some people because they can win a. I can't see anything here, but we'll definitely have good prizes.
I got some isopropyl alcohol. You can.
I got
make your
some
own-
post-it notes.
I've still got some Supercars Talk mugs.
got a
Oh,
So,
lighter
if
from
anyone's-
used to smoke. Lots of dust on it.
I got
Everything here I
plasma
need.
cleaner. Nothing on this desk I probably need except my Bunnings vouchers.
Maybe we could give them a Bunnings voucher.
No, they're my Bunnings vouchers, Dave. Don't be giving them prizes that we can't promise.
So driven.
$5 New Zealand dollars. That's almost
Is that
worth
worth-
20 Australian cents.
Yeah, I was about to say, is that worth a lot less or the same at this point?
Aren't they just about to go into a
You could
recession?
probably buy a Bunnings sausage with that, couldn't you?
Oh,
Just maybe.
here we go.
maybe
One
you
New
can
Zealand
afford broccoli.
dollar is 91 Australian cents.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's
So you could
Yeah.
buy one. You could buy a sausage, Rob.
Yeah. Yeah.
and have a
There's no
little
more
bit of
one.
change.
I think I have.
See if you can. Your challenge for the week is see if you can take that to Bunnings and negotiate
Oh,
a sausage for $5.
or Rob, keep that money for our scooter challenge in a couple of weeks.
All right. They'll lay down $5 New Zealand dollars. That's prize money.
For the
Ooh.
victory.
Ooh, I'm definitely
even
going to
do it.
train for this.
I can get it framed. I've been looking at a lot of scooters around my work, and I'm like, should go get one of those one day.
We got a big race in how many weeks have we decided that the
Are these the higher scooters or are these
Yeah,
just random
Yeah.
people taking scooters to work?
Yeah,
No,
just,
no.
I saw someone going past. I was just going to knock them off and steal their scooter.
oh, you're just going to steal the
Practice.
scooter, Rob?
Yeah, because that'll give me more practice trying to get away from them.
Yeah.
Give me some
You know
road
what?
skills.
If you steal the scooter and train on it and beat
Yeah.
me, I won't be mad. It shows you wanted it more than me. Yeah, so
That's not a bad confession.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
Yeah.
So maybe we could go to New Zealand and be rich.
Yeah, but then
No,
you have to go to New Zealand.
I've never been. So.
I do want to go actually.
Very lovely.
I mean, they have good chocolate there.
They-
They've got
Good
Whittaker
chocolate.
chocolate.
Hello.
Whittaker's
Okay.
L&P chocolate, greatest chocolate on earth, Dave.
I've never had it. And they
Oh.
used to sponsor a
Hmm.
race team. I'm trying to
Yeah.
think with Mark Pitch.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I have a lot of friends who are Kiwis, and X is a Kiwi, and
so you don't like them?
You don't like it?
oh,
I had friends that were from New Zealand, and my ex was from New Zealand, so I'm not sure about New Zealand.
Kiwis really take up a lot of room in the freezer.
I'm not sure what
I-
L&P
actually,
drinks.
I know a lot of
It's ex-
Kiwis who live in Australia who go on about how good New Zealand is, but they refuse to move back there.
Yeah, what are you doing out here? I used to know some poms like that as
Yeah.
well. How good the
we-
motherland was. But then, yeah, you're like, well, if it's so good, why don't you live there?
Oh,
Yeah.
because it's cold and miserable. We don't have a beach.
Except it's like
And
28
everything-
degrees there at the
Everything
moment.
sucks.
They're all melting though.
Yeah.
There's
What,
like
the
health
British?
warnings out because it
Yeah,
got
it's
to
like-
28 degrees.
I think it hit the low 30s last week.
What?
That would have been.
Half of them are dead then.
Yeah, probably. Pretty
mean,
much what got taken out by the Rona is what would have died.
We need to set up a GoFundMe for Britain.
They don't have a PM anymore.
He's still there. He'll be there until they can find a new one.
Hmm.
So it could be a long time.
They don't
Yeah,
have
it's
a
how
European
quickly
Union
they
anymore.
can.
Driven.
So Driven, the greatest movie.
Yeah.
One, you can tell this movie was made in the early 2000s.
Yes.
Two, it's clearly just been. It's like they've borrowed parts. Fast and the Furious and Driven have just gone, hey Dave, I've got an idea for a movie. It's about car racing, but also I'm just going to make it stupid. Do you have any complaints with me making it slightly realistic to a point and then not at all realistic whatsoever? There's a scene, Dave, there's a CGI wheel that flies up into the air. You can tell it's a CGI wheel because it's janky ass.
Different. What I vaguely remember though, there were parts where they'd taken footage from like actual races and in the pits and stuff. And at some races they had Stallone like actually in the pit lane.
Yes, originally
like during an actual weekend. But
supposedly he tried to do it with the F1, but they were too secretive. So he went, I'm going to go to kart because they'll tell me more.
I think they possibly also might have read the script and went, hey, we don't want to be involved in this.
Well, I told you that.
Whereas Kart was in a very different position at the time.
And needed, so they're like DJ Khaled at the time and just talk to anybody. Anyone that would show them an interest, they'd be like, movie time.
They were, at that point, it was semi-strong, but they were still trying to get that foothold into, kind of everyday.
They needed
people.
a promotional vehicle to help drive the sport.
Like essentially, if you talk to anyone in the street, they know what Formula One is, but it's very limited, probably the people who know what IndyCar is. And I think even within America, people don't understand what like IndyCar and especially at that point, like Champ Car and that was.
Oh, Andrew, just to let you know, the CGI was bad. I'm not saying that I didn't like it. It was brilliant. They had scenes where I think they were all using a laptop and they were all playing early 90s PC F1 simulators. And it may as well have just said danger to manifold every time.
They weren't using a Papyrus IndyCar.
I'm Paul Page. Welcome to Papyrus IndyCar.
I can't remember the main actor's name, but I thought Sylvester Stallone...
Joe Tanto.
Whoever... Essentially, Sylvester Stallone is, let's be honest, he's not the greatest actor on the planet. This guy made Sylvester Stallone look like Shakespeare. He was just... Everything he said, it was like, Rob, I'm going to race this weekend and I'm going to win.
So that was the young bloke that was... Okay. We'll take that away. Well, now how am I going to ask him the questions about the movie? Because I think I've watched it through. I did actually go to the cinema to watch it.
Yeah.
When it came out.
Did you get a refund?
No. But as in an offline discussion, though, I was quite excited because I was a big fan of IndyCar back in that time.
Yeah.
And I was like very Ganassi centric in my support. And Montoya and Vassar were actually, I don't think they had lines off memory, but they were actually in a scene kind of thing. And the, like Sylvester Stallone's arch nemesis or whatever, he was in the Ganassi car as well, I think.
Yeah.
So you had the two PacWest cars were the Sylvester Stallone and his teammate or whatever, and then you had the Ganassi Uh-oh, there's someone sneaking in the
Oh,
background.
they're sneaky.
What happened? Your hat's all messed up, and there's someone sneaking
Ah.
around the background.
Yeah,
Here we go.
nothing,
That was it, Jimmy Bly.
Jimmy,
Bly.
yeah, he
Yeah,
was fine. It was it was his nemesis that couldn't act.
The nemesis, because he was like Swedish or something, wasn't he?
I
He
think
was
they wanted
like
Dolph Lundgren, but couldn't afford him, so they just went, "Who have you got for cheap? Let's go to IKEA and find someone that works there. Do you want to pretend to be a race car driver?"
They possibly would have been better off just actually getting one of the actual drivers to
Yes.
act
Yeah.
in it. Yeah, because it was pretty.
It was. Yeah, because I was looking up trivia about it and stuff. Certain facts blew my mind. So I don't know if you remember the girlfriend of the nemesis. Yeah, this guy. His girlfriend was played by Stella Warren, and then there's a scene, Dave. I don't know if you remember. She's in a pool doing like synchronized swimming, and normal people would be like, "That's a weird scene to film for a movie. Why are they getting her to do that?" That's because she used to be a synchronized swimmer, and I think they needed to fill the scene because she couldn't really act, so they just got
The run time's a little bit short. Insert stock footage.
Essentially, a lot of the movie you watch and go, "That's an interesting choice of why they did this." Or also, Dave, I've seen a lot of F1 and stuff crashes. You know, YouTube can thank you for that. A lot of these crashes look like they had TNT in the back of the car, and they've gone Wile E. Coyote and just sent them to the moon.
The other ridiculous thing, though, is like especially on ovals and that, you can have really spectacular crashes in IndyCar.
Dave, this one
so
went
it's not like
40 meters into the air.
Yeah, but that's the problem, that they went too ridiculous with it.
Yeah.
Like, if they'd kept it a bit more realistic, like this, where they jump in the cars and drive down the highway.
No, that was awesome, Dave. That's what Los Angeles F1's going to be, I'm hoping. Leave traffic on the road and just let people swerve in and out.
Las Vegas.
Yeah. Same place.
But I think they were trying to be, like Days of Thunder, where they have the high cars. And they're racing from the airport to the track.
Classic, even though Tom Cruise is a nutter.
But that's realistic, because you could imagine people getting high cars and racing them down the road and, turning up in a steaming pile of
I think we've all seen Top Gear before, haven't we? I mean,
exactly. So, but to take an Indy car onto the road, like, you've got to get it out of the circuit somehow anyway. Which is...
They did, Dave. They got it off the water, and then just the keys were in the car at the time. They put down the sun visor, Dave, and the keys were just there. Everyone knows that's how cars work.
But like, it was just so far out of reality.
I don't know, Dave. There was the bit where the car explodes and then does this like super spin, and then goes.
Does he end up in a lake or something at some point too?
Yeah. So one of the guys ends up in a lake, and then the two champions. This is the weird bit, right? So one of the guys crashes, and then he's in a lake, and then Jimmy.
Does he do a George Russell?
Jimmy just
stops to give him a hand, and then go and jump back in the car.
He goes to give him a car, but then the national champion synchronized swimmer. Then he's on the radio to the rival and says, "You've got to go help him as well." I would imagine he'd be like, "Nah, I'm gone. I'm on my way. I'm going to win some points." Yes. Don't worry. Rob and I have already discussed getting the GameCube edition, and potentially, if it's 2-player, we will definitely work out how to stream that.
I'm into this.
Did see some footage of that link that you sent me.
Yep.
Was it the GameCube game?
I believe that's the GameCube edition.
It looked like a 2000 IndyCar or Champ car with Formula One tyres, because they've grooved
I don't know if
tyres
you
on
remember, but Pimp My Ride was popular at that time. Maybe exhibits just come along and said, "I like your IndyCar.
I like your IndyCar, but yeah."
What engines?
And there's a TV in the TV, and we put Formula One tyres on it.
We put a TV on the back of the rear spoiler, so whoever you're beating can watch TV as you drive.
Hmm.
I'm quite good. We are planning to have a scooter championship race, and currently the prize pool sits at $5 New Zealand.
Yes.
So
The highest monetary prize in e-scooter championships in the world, possibly.
I may
Rob,
actually get the five. I may
I
actually
feel
get
like
a
I'm going to have
frame.
to add to. Oh, I might have to add to the pile. Like I'm going to have to find some old, some old
I
currency.
think I possibly
Really,
have some
money?
Japanese money somewhere.
I think I had some Vietnamese dong because
Dong?
it's just funny. I just
Yeah.
saying I got dong. I got some dong in my wallet because I'm childish like that. Oh,
I do have a movie for
for next
this
week
week?
that you're not going to watch.
No, I actually want to watch this one.
Are you?
It's John Travolta's Trading Paint from
Trading Paint.
2019.
What is that one?
2019. This is going to be an app.
Yeah, it's 2019. It's I think it's got
Oh,
on
jeez.
IMDb it's 4.4 stars out of 10.
This looks atrocious.
Yes.
What's the cars that he's meant to be driving?
They're dirt sprint cars. Not sprint cars. Late model.
You know what? I
Model.
changed my mind, Rob. Shania
Yep.
Twain stars in it, so we are definitely watching this. I always wondered what Shania Twain got up to, and
This is it.
Rob, I don't know
Yes.
if you've read the wiki page. Box office. Trading Paint grossed $0 in the United States and Canada and $6,898 in other territories. Rob, I make more than this money does in a year than it did. Rob, I am more successful than this movie.
I like it. I like this on the Goofs at 1 hour and 17 minutes. The race announcer says, "That's the checkered. Well, the checkered flag comes out. Only one lap to go."
John Travolta won the Worst Actor Golden Raspberry Award for this movie. I'm now very excited about getting this movie, Rob.
Same.
Where can we watch it legally?
Legally, you're not paying money to see this, Dave. John Travolta does
No,
not need your
well,
money.
I'm just thinking, is it on
It's
is it on
Prime.
Netflix or something?
You can rent it on Prime for $4.99.
Oh no, I'm not paying for it.
Well, Rob, the problem is, Rob, you didn't make your money off your Latifi bet, as someone pointed out before,
Yeah.
as e-scooter hat champion pointed out. So you can't afford to.
No.
Maybe we can buy it on DVD. Has it
What
got
about
on Amazon?
I don't have a DVD
VHS?
player.
Here we go. You can watch it on Fetch, Telstra TV box office. How do I? Google Movies has got it.
$3.99.
I feel like
Total. So is that like worldwide, 18,000, or is that like one cinema?
Possibly.
oh, Dave, I can download the DVD of this. I can download the complete DVD of this or a 1080p version of this movie.
We really need to get. We really need
You
to
know
get
there
the
wouldn't be
Discord.
any cam versions of it
We really need to
because
get
no
the
one went
Discord.
to watch it.
We
Well,
really
there's
need
no-
a Discord going so we can watch it together.
Yeah, but you might lose fans.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm definitely watching this movie now.
I didn't realize.
You won't want
Just
the 1080.
the DVD cover just looks bad enough.
It
Like,
just,
I want to watch the trailer.
never judge a book by its cover, but look at the cover.
no, judge this movie. Oh well, I think that's fine, Dave. So that just means after Trading Paint, can we watch Trading Places instead? Actually, that's a better movie. It's nothing to do with racing. It's just a better movie.
Well, I did have another video.
No, you've picked it now,
we,
Rob.
we save that for further down the track.
The next one. The next one
you've made your choice.
Yeah, you've made your choice. Everyone's heard it.
At least the next one is on Netflix. It came out in 2020 and it has a 5.9 out of 10 on IMDb. So,
well, that's got to be what's Trading Paint get?
4.4.
4.4.
Yeah,
that high.
It's almost a blockbuster.
I was expecting a lot less, judging by the cover.
Hey, Dave, I'm just letting you know my next choice is probably going to be Speed Racer, just to give you an idea of.
I love that movie.
I mean, we could have gone Le Mans or something else, but no. Speed Racer.
I might watch that. I'll watch that on the weekend. I like that movie.
Burning Rubber.
I did watch a good movie the other week called Lady Racer, which came out a year or so ago.
Is that the one that Josh Revell did a review of recently?
Yes. Yeah. I watched it after that, and yeah, it was.
Is it called Lady Driver?
Yeah.
Or Lady Racer?
Or maybe Lady Racer.
Well, I just looked up Lady Racer, and it's got a heap of pictures of like Danica Patrick and stuff.
Danica.
Is she still racing?
No. It is Lady Driver.
Yeah, Lady Driver. Yeah.
Yeah.
2020. Yeah. So it came out only a year after Trading Paint, and similar kind of racing as well, like short track racing.
Rob, I'm going to put it out there. I'm going to say that this Lady Driver is probably a much better movie than John Travolta's flaming car crash, pun intended,
maybe
of a movie.
If we do these over the next couple of weeks, then we can judge.
Yes.
And maybe have a ranking system. Like currently Driven is the number one movie that we've all watched. we can do a leaderboard. And currently, Driven is the number one Backseat Drivers, as voted by the Backseat Drivers crew.
Yeah,
good idea. Number one racing movie ever that we have watched as a whatever this is, YouTube video thing. Video podcast. Professionalism at its best.
Backseat movie reviews.
Remember, people, you were warned. You get about 45 minutes of organized, and then it just goes to chaos.
I reckon there's probably only good 20 minutes of actual motorsport talking that.
What, today?
Yeah. Maybe me and Matt should just come in at like 20 minutes in. Let Dave get all the motorsport out of the way.
do an actual, motorsport, and then now we have the.
Let's
Dave, I've had an epiphany. I just realized, I for the prize of the quiz.
Lee picked my movie.
You can buy Trading Paint on DVD for $7 with $2 shipping. If I order it now, we'll have it ready in time for the quiz
as a prize.
I think that needs to be a prize.
Yes.
So, people, you need to enter this quiz with us and win, because I don't think I want this in my collection.
Yep.
I'm making a list of these movies.
I have Mariah Carey's Glitter in my DVD collection.
I had Swept Away in my DVD collection until I got rid of it.
But wait, you got rid of it. So, we just need to do that.
Did we just get rid of Rob?
I think a 5-second penalty for having a Mariah Carey album.
5 second stop go penalty.
Yeah,
keep him in the pits.
Oh, I'm back.
So Dave, do we tell you DVDs we had, and then you're Dave Massey, race director. You tell us if they give us a 5-second delay.
Yeah,
I had Swept Away, but I've gotten rid of it.
Yeah, so you got rid of it. So we'll allow that. And depending on the infraction, it might be a 10 or a 15-second penalty, or you might get a black flag and out of the.
Rob, what's your next DVD that you wish to try?
Well, Lee picked it.
Yeah,
The go-karts one.
Yeah.
That's on Netflix, isn't it?
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it's
what-
Netflix.
See, if we can find something on Prime, you can actually do watch parties. So
Can you?
yeah, we can all
Exciting.
watch it at the same time together.
Hey, that it's not a movie, but that the Fernando Alonso thing, I think, is on Prime.
Alonso.
Fernando.
I think it might just be called. Yeah, I think it's just called
Yeah,
Fernando.
it's called Fernando.
It's a
Episode
it's a-
1.
it's like a little TV series.
Too fast.
Oh,
too
he's
furious.
trying to get the triple crown.
Yeah, I think they follow him around when he's on his F1 sabbatical.
Hmm.
Oh, okay. So it's 2 years old.
There we go. Yes, I watched that
Actually, that's
probably
a pretty
when it
good
came
one.
out. Should we put that on the list?
Put that on the list of.
Yeah.
That's
Oh.
essentially just Eric Banner talking
Oh.
about his car, right?
Yeah,
There is
which
a-
is pretty. I quite enjoy Eric Banner.
There is
I don't
a
mind Eric Banner.
there is a TV show called Racing Wives. Now look at the private lives of women who are married to world famous race car drivers.
It's on the list.
I don't know. 4.7 on.
Rob, can you kick Dave out for 5 seconds for that ridiculous black flag?
You won't
I
give me
can-
the
I can
power
do my-
anymore. Thank you.
Dave knew when he stuffed up.
What do we talk about? What do I do with my hands? Come back, please, Dave.
Dave, we were lost without you.
What's the name of that movie?
Which
Shake
one?
and Bake, baby.
Talladega Nights.
Talladega Nights. It's on the
That-
list.
Yeah, that's a
That's a-
quality movie.
Yeah, that's definitely a watch along with everyone.
Well, hopefully, Rob, we might be able to have a group movie night once my
Ooh,
movie cinema.
yeah.
It's only fair.
No.
Yeah.
All hail King Latifi.
Oh, the Need for Speed movie wasn't too bad because they actually used real cars.
Need
Hang
for
on, the
Speed.
first one.
The first one.
Yeah.
There's a sequel.
Huh? Oh, there
I
was the
thought
one
there
where
was
they go to Japan, which was good.
That's Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
Oh, Need for
Tokyo
Speed.
Drift.
Oh, sorry.
I know
Need for-
they seem all the same because
but
let's
that
be
was-
honest,
that
they
was-
are.
That was the one with Aaron Paul and
Yeah.
English Chick and Batman.
Was Batman? Oh yeah, Batman was in it. He was the mysterious voice.
Yeah. I actually quite like that. I like that
It was a
movie.
good movie. I think I saw
Yeah.
that at the cinema. Did we see that at the cinema? I think I saw it at the cinema.
It's got 1 star on Rotten Tomatoes.
So I think
Thank
we've got a
God
lot of
that.
videos.
Yeah.
We've got I've got a good list growing here. So
And then I need to purchase Trading Paint as a
And-
prize.
I think
Yeah.
Matt should watch Biker Boys.
Um,
Z.
Rob, do not badmouth Biker Boys. Biker Boys is a great movie. It stars Morpheus from The Matrix. So,
His only other
and-
movie.
and
I
Rob, fun
think I
fact
need
in
to
that
look up
movie,
this.
it's so well dated that there's a scene. I think it's Biker Boys. There's a scene in it, Rob, where in this day and age, you'd be like, Rob, we need to get to the old farm, and they type in the phone, old farm, and then Google Maps. This one, they pull out a paper map
Yeah.
and they look it up by hand.
Nice.
It's amazing. And he gets a flip phone out to like talk to the guy on speakerphone while he gets the. Yeah, Max Jones is right. Pixar cars, Dave. It's got the word cars in it, so you know. I think Lewis
Yeah.
Hamilton's in one of them, and Jeremy Clarkson's in another.
Martin Winterbottom's in one of them too.
Ah, look at that.
So I did. I actually enjoyed. I think I've only watched the first one, but Cars was a good movie.
Yeah, they're not bad.
Fireball
Yeah.
500 from 1966, stock car racing film.
I remember Talk. That was a
With
stupid
Frankie
movie.
Avalon.
I haven't seen that.
The
Was it
bikes had
Fireball?
Fireball 500. Yeah. You know it's good when it's on the cover. It says it's in Panavision color.
Color? No way.
Um,
Not real color.
Yeah, real color.
Yeah, Booby's right. You need to add Talk, Dave. It stars that Australian actor.
Oh, I've written Talk down already.
Oh, good. It's got Ice Cube in it.
Jesus. I'm way too excited about that. Talk.
Basically, anything that Booby's been suggesting, I've been putting down on the list.
They live from spin to crack up.
I'm running out of paper here.
I think we've done all right then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got a bit of homework to do, and we're ready for things. So, Dave, have you anyone signing up to win super prizes of Trading Paint on DVD?
If anyone is interested in joining us live in the quiz on the video and that, either drop me an email or
when is this quiz?
Let us know.
Oh, like
during the summer break.
The summer break, Rob. Spring break.
We'll probably do an Hungary review and then quiz night, and then it'll probably be back to
and if
Belgium
Dave gets
preview.
more people, we'll get better prizes.
All right.
The trading paints if you come last. How about that?
we've got one Boovie in.
Okay, so Boovie's in.
And E-Scooter Championship Hat Simulator is donating 10 Latifi hats to the cause, I think.
$700.
Well, what am I going to do with the other 6 hats? Just give them out to all my friends.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Oh.
Okay. Share screen.
What's going on, Dave?
What's happening, Dave?
I feel like something's happening.
Look at this.
Loading. Red button. Oh no! Actually, go back. Go. You can look at them all. There's one with his face on it. I nearly bought it last week while we were talking.
Actually,
so wait a minute, is E-Scooter Championship want a hat, or will be donating? Because if they want the hat, you got to let Dave know which Latifi hat you need. Is that a picture of?
Look at this for a hat.
That is a strange hat.
Does it say how many people have bought these? Or
I'd say more people have bought those hats than watched Trading Paint.
Is this the one?
Ooh.
Oh, it was a different one, but I like that.
No, that's the hat you want. E-Scooter Championship. That is definitely the hat you want. Yes, Dave, that hat looked awesome.
This is great viewing.
Ooh.
This website's amazing.
Wait a minute, and 3 other people? I thought it'd just be E-Scooter and Rob. Who are the other 2 people?
I need that.
I think Rob's just found his new website to buy hats.
Is this the one?
Yes.
That is so cheap looking.
No.
Is that what makes it so brilliant, though?
Yeah.
You know what, Dave?
Because it looks so.
Can you make your own hat? Because I think you should just have Lance Stroll and Latifi with those kind of like cheaply made onto a hat, and then on the back have Daddy Stroll just to like know that they are
Canadian billionaires.
Canadian billionaire hat.
Did that come up on here, or did I read that somewhere else? That his surname's Strolovich, not Stroll.
Nah, we're going with Stroll.
Yeah. His real name is Strolovich.
I don't know anything about this.
Yeah. I must have read it last week, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So they changed.
yeah, it's a Stroll.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here we go. This is a good looking one for you.
Ooh.
Lance. I will pay for the
Can
winner.
you have a fake one where Latifi's on the podium?
I'll pay for the winner to get that Lance Stroll script tattooed on him.
That's just ridiculous.
Wow. That's how you want to scare away everybody.
I thought it was ridiculous buying a Tickford hat. This is just.
But Dave, did you buy the hat after you were married? Because I think that's the key.
Yes.
Yeah, see that's the key. Get married and then bring in the crazy hats. You can't do it the other way around because then they might change their mind.
It's too late. I think she's given up on the video tonight as well.
I mean, that's just soft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone knows the best bit is the 20 minutes after the hour's done, also known as the Rob Matt Power Hour that only goes for 20 minutes.
What's that one? Lance Stroll.
I feel like Rob and I could just do a spin-off where we just go on the internet and look at stupid F1 stuff.
Well, this has turned into just scrolling Redbubble.
This is essentially, let's watch Dave go on the internet while Rob and I just drink our wacky drinks.
Yeah. We've got 20% off using the code iCandy. So how can you go wrong?
I've already spent too much this week.
Well,
Amazon Prime Day sucked me in too much.
I bought too much running stuff.
Stand.
I'm using this good old quality work headset.
My new microphone didn't turn up in time. It's supposed to be delivered today, but this week my voice will be even more the same.
So what you're saying that this voice of an angel I'm hearing now is going to get better? We've not heard peak Rob yet.
No.
Wow.
Yes. Very professional.
It's only going to get better.
I feel like I need to get one so I can sound. Does it make the content you say sound better?
I don't know. Probably not.
It's all about the equipment.
Yeah.
So I definitely need a better I need a better microphone.
The best YouTubers have the best equipment, and that's why they make the best videos.
Yes.
In that way, I've got this cheap headset that I stole from my last job. I think my last job just said, due to COVID, you can just keep it. We don't want any of it back.
All my workmates, every time I had a video call, be like, "Oh, you sound so professional with your microphone." I'm like, "Yeah," because I'm not
and then he started talking about Latifi, and they're like, "No, change your plans. You don't sound professional at all."
Hey, have you seen this? Have you heard about this racing driver?
Have you heard of the good word of Latifi? Legend says that he came down from the heavens with 4 wheels on his legs.
Go door to door, knocking, telling people about Latifi.
I'm just reading the chat and
Lawrence Sheldon.
Lawrence Stroll. There you go.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound like a very Canadian kind of name.
Lawrence Sheldon. That's Lawrence Sheldon sounds better. Sounds like a character from Big Bang.
Yeah.
Just way more professional.
So have we covered everything for tonight then?
I mean, I feel like Rob and I got our audience and voices heard for our final bit at the end of just Latifi driven and e-scooter talk.
And are we all going to watch Trading Paint this week, unlike our week effort on Driven?
I am in.
Okay.
Trading Paint. I'll download the DVD.
We've got an exciting weekend planned of nothing but Trading Paint.
Rob,
there is actually an IndyCar race this weekend in Toronto.
Yes,
as well.
5 a.m. 5 a.m.
So,
Monday
yeah.
morning.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm going to have to watch that later because 5 a.m. on a Monday morning to me no longer exists.
Well, luckily, my
refuse to
first meeting is 9 a.m. on Monday, so
Mine
I
is
will
at
be able to get the
9:45.
IndyCar race in.
I may work from home.
I hate you all.
I will continue working from home as I have been doing for the last 2.5 years. In fact, I don't know if my pants still fit me.
I had to buy new pants.
I bought new pants when I started my new job two and a bit years ago,
Yeah.
and they are in pristine condition because they've been worn 3 times.
Yep. I bought some during lockdown, thinking I'm going to have to wear them when I go back to work, and no, they didn't fit.
But apparently, it looks like we will be going back to more working from home.
Really?
E-scooter, I told you that in private. You don't need to know. Not everyone needs to know. Why do you think I had to turn the camera off every time I got up? I didn't want Dave's videos to get flagged.
Anyway,
So,
Right.
I think that covers everything off for tonight. So
Yeah.
I think we covered all that we needed.
Yeah.
good night all, and thanks for watching. And we'll see you again next week for trading paint review.
Yeah, essentially that's it. 1.5 hours of talking about the movie in real time.
Yeah, I'm sure there's going to be a lot to cover on it.
Yes.
We'll see you next time.
See
See
you
you
later.
all.